Let's transition to the music business side, because that's where, like you and I had to talk again. That's where people tend to not to pay attention to the artistry, and then they end up losing a lot of money and not having money at the end. Because the bottom line is, the cash flow. When you're doing something, you're out to make money out of it. So, what is your team right now around you to facilitate that?
We are the team.
Yeah, we are
As
a team.
far as entertainment lawyers,
So
the legal side.
everything is done like in house as of right now. I have I handle most of the management stuff, so I
Mm.
have like a membership with Washington area lawyers.
Mhm.
So far as to have like access to entertainment lawyers and just to get advice on like certain things.
Mhm.
So when like bigger contracts come, if there's something I quite don't understand, I can actually like ship it out because it's just part of a partnership that I have with the uh,
Okay.
Arts Administrators of Colors Network.
Mhm.
So that's one access we have. Friends who are in like higher positions who are managers. Like I am have like a decent working relationship with the manager for Moo Fresh,
Mhm.
which is a major film city for real for real. Uh, and then outside of that is just research.
Okay.
Like you learn as you go.
Okay. So, so how important do you guys think having those legal entity is? Because people, most guys, the younger guys in the hip hop community that I talk to,
Hmm.
they don't take it seriously. They tend to
Mm.
do everything on their own, and they don't think there is a value to, protecting their intellectual property
Yeah.
or hiring an attorney to look after, the contract, whatever they're signing.
Hmm.
So for you guys who are doing it for that long, like, what do you think? How do you think that can affect somebody, an artist, not paying attention to those legal side?
I mean, you definitely need to be concerned and conscious about it.
Okay.
Like I think a lot of people just be trying to get to the bag by any means
Yeah.
necessary and don't really care how they get there. Uh, but I'm more so of like I'm not gonna sign anything just for the sake of signing. Like it could be $1 million on the table. It's like I'm gonna read all the fine print. I'm gonna read it 3 times
Okay.
because you're not gonna put me in a trick bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of like hiring somebody, when it comes to that, like when you're on or when you're in like a startup position, which can last like up to 10 years in my uh, opinion, like
Yeah.
if you're in the entrepreneurial sense, uh, like it's hard to financially afford that stuff.
Yes, it's true.
So it's like your best bet, in my opinion, is like to just use your assets. Like especially we're in the realm where like more artists are like going to college or like educating themselves
Mm-hmm.
before they even get into the stuff. So it's like hit up your friend who was like a business major. Go talk to one of your professors at your university and ask them for advice. Like, or I mean, sit down or go through and look up, see like who runs entertainment like lawyer companies or like who's like a major entertainment lawyer in the area.
Yeah.
See if you could like have a sit down with them to discuss some stuff. Like even if it costs you like maybe $65, you treat them out to lunch. You're able
Yeah.
to get access to knowledge that you wouldn't have before and that you couldn't afford on their regular dime and dollar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's is like you said, right? When I talk to people, they when I talk to them as far as like go talking to a professional and pay, like you said, about $65 an hour, and they
Mm-hmm.
will say, it's too much money. But the amount of money you're gonna lose at the end is gonna be way more than
Oh
that
yeah,
$65 you could have paid a professional to get your legal side,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
taken care of. Okay,
You always
so
got to think about that return of investment.
yeah, so people
Yeah.
don't see that until they sign the document. Then the proceeds starting to come. Then the record label is not giving them what they think they should be getting.
Yeah.
Then they will be screaming they're being
Yeah.
screwed over by the record label. But
Mm-hmm.
it's how the business goes. You
That's
know.
another thing. Is like just like in that statement alone, it's like what they think they should be getting. You should know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no what.
Ain't no
Ain't no
thinking.
thinking about what I'm getting. It's like the contract said I'm getting this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that. Where's my money? I
Okay.
don't think I'm supposed to be getting this. I know I'm supposed to be getting this.
Okay. So I was, and even that too. I was watching. I think a clip on Instagram 2 days ago. When there was a clip that says Drake generated about what 258 million throughout his entire career until now, but he's only profiting 11% out of that.
Wow.
So and that was a shock to me because
Yeah.
I didn't know he was getting that 10% off You know,
That's not a
everything he
lot.
was generating, and that's Drake. How about an artist that is not at that level?
That's less than
You
3
know,
million.
so it's very scary.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I looked at it. I was like, oh, I have to keep emphasizing that for people to really, really pay attention to that. You know.
Yeah.
So as far as the network, you guys have in place, right? How you guys are, being active out there on the social media?
Well, I'll let Jerry handle that. He handles most of our PR.
Um, I mean, it's like it's fun to me. I see it as a game because especially like things like Instagram because like Instagram's always like updating the algorithm.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah,
really gotta
you're
like
big on
be on
that.
your toes about like what's the new thing or like what's popping right now. And it's like a lot of experimenting. And
Yeah,
I remember DJ Anonymous from DC Top 20
yeah,
was like, hey man, just start getting on live. And I was like, man, anybody trying to get on live unless I have something to show. But then I just started creating things to show, like just anything like that was like real content, not
yeah,
me just sitting there and like randomly. I didn't know this, but people who don't even follow you will like end up in your live. And
yeah,
like I started like random conversations, even with like one or two people. Those are people who are not following
yeah.
you and all that stuff. So
Yeah, guys, like I saw you posting a clip, like doing multiple take of by yourself, like
uh
being like, and then I reposted on my page. It's something I saw. I was like, oh, it's kind of new. I've never seen
huh,
that from you before,
yeah,
and I reposted it because it's kind of interesting to
yeah,
see,
yeah. I saw that. Appreciate
one
that.
person, because it might take 60 seconds, right,
Mm-hmm.
to watch that video, but me looking at it from, the other side, I know the effort,
Mm-hmm.
you put into recording yourself 6 times, chop it
Mm-hmm.
up, doing different stuff and then post it.
Hmm.
So I think it's worth sharing and people knowing about. So at this point for you guys, right? You guys, the system you guys have in place to showcase the talent. I know you guys perform a lot. So what do you guys have coming?
Well, we just dropped our single "Funk You"
Hmm.
with House Music Group and
Hmm.
Jake Vicious. That's been doing great. Like it's really crazy just to like see like the stats of like who's listening and the
Yeah.
age groups. Like seeing like it's a funk song,
Yeah.
so like the older people are like really listening to it.
Yeah.
And it was placed on Spotify editorial
Mhm.
playlist.
That was
So
dope.
that's
That was
super
our first
dope.
time
Yeah,
on the
first time
editorial
having
playlist.
that, and then even just seeing it now pop up on people's release radar for like Spotify and all that stuff. It's really cool to just like see like the fruits of your labor finally starting to
Pay off.
pay off even a little bit, you know. So that's been exciting. But then like right after that we got some more music coming.
Okay.
That's super exciting.
So on that though, it takes investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cheap, right?
Oh
You
Oh
have
no,
to
no.
you have to invest in that. I think it takes money,
it takes money all the time.
money for you to be out there, right? So how you guys are generating the proceed to fund those kind of investment towards the group? Any
It's
merchandise,
multiple
any
outlets.
quarters,
Mm-hmm.
any?
So, I mean, in addition to being like a performance entity, like being DuPont Brass, like featured on main stages and stuff, which is what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to be like a touring ensemble and entity and all that stuff. But we do like a lot of service events too, because we started off in like the world of busking and like being booked for birthday parties
Yeah.
and weddings
Weddings
and
and
parades and all that stuff. So we still do all that stuff behind the scenes, and that part of like the fee to book us goes into maintaining the group.
Okay.
So it's like from gigs we generate income to take on like our other endeavors, and then we also have like
pop.
a pot that we use for the group.
Oh,
It's
for the
like
group.
people, everybody in the group contributes
Every
or
month
contributes
or
every week or
okay.
every month,
Okay.
depending on how you want to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just pay for the years. Like we all put in to like accomplish the end goal. We just discuss with everybody in the beginning of the years, like this is what we're trying to do, this is where we're trying to go, what we want to do, what we
Okay.
need, the potential budget. This is why we need everybody to put in this amount. We come to an agreement.
Okay.
We work everything out.
So as far as the leadership of the group, right? How is that shared? Because there's so many minds. So who takes charge of the whole group, or it varies and per. Uh,
I'd say for the most part, I take charge of like the whole group with like endeavors, but we share it between. Really, it's me, Jared, and Anthony.
okay.
We steer the ship,
Okay.
and our positions are delegated between me handling like the managerial stuff and like the money and the finances. Jared handles like PR and like promotion,
Yeah.
and Anthony's the music director.
Okay.
And that's not even taken away from like other members of the group, but that's just kind of how I felt like as far as circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, like we're like the three of us are founding members of the group. Deacon Izzy, he's also a founding member of the group, but he was the first one to get like a full-time teaching position while we were still out busking and like
Okay.
doing other stuff. So his situation was just a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all still like equally invested, but it just works the way it works with that right now. Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to, I don't know, I don't want to go too deep into you guys' pocket, but how are the proceeds, shared in the group?
Everything shared equally.
Okay, based on the amount of contributions, or
No,
it's
right
just
right now
fixed
everything
percentage for everybody as far as.
it's a fixed percentage for
Oh, okay,
everybody.
all right.
Right now we share everything equal.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
We treat it like, even though we do a lot of work right now, we're not in a position to where we can like overcompensate us for the extra work that we do
Okay.
and maintain or like advance the stuff that we want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we put like we leave the extra funds in the pot and we pay everybody the same.
Okay.